Hello everyone, today we're in the kitchen. You can see our painting in the back. Look at this adorable pan set my mom sent me, and I'm finally gonna use it. Thank you, Mom. It's a little bounce. I feel like maybe I should have done this earlier, but I didn't, so. Here we are. You're on top of my fridge right now. Today, what are we doing? What are we doing today? We're making cookies. I'm making you cookies that you don't get to eat because I can't really give them to you through this platform, but you know, sometimes it's the thought that counts. This is open because I just ate some of the cookie dough. Yeah, let's preheat the oven, shall we? Today I'm answering your questions while making cookies because we like to see two things happen at once on YouTube, don't we? Before I start answering questions, I want to say a hearty thank you for 4,000 subscribers. That is amazing. And it just kind of happened very, very fast from my Olivia to Andrea video. So thank you for coming and staying. I have another commentary video that I'm writing right now. It's been very cool to see all the feedback and the actual war happening in the comment section over there. There's a lot of life happening, and I'm glad that with that video and with the gender video I made that you guys feel, you know, like this is a safe space where you can really share your thoughts and share your experiences with me and the other people on this channel. So I love you, and I hope that I can keep creating that space. That's one of my main goals here. Okay, I'm gonna answer questions. First question is, would you ever make rock or like punk music? The answer is yes, and I do. I don't really show that music on my YouTube channel because it is a little bit more drum reliant in its execution, and I do have a drummer who is like amazing. I love him. His name is Sam, and he's one of my besties. But it is a lot to record drums, and I can use like, you know, MIDI, like electronic drum. I don't know, I just always feel like the execution of me doing it with my band in real life is a little better than anything that I would put on YouTube. So that's why I haven't really recorded much of that stuff, but it does exist. Like my freshman year of college, I was in a grunge band. I think being in that band made me actually like write that music. Next question is, what is my favorite show that I've played? Probably one that I played with that grunge band my freshman year. People were moshing, like shaking the stage. It was really crazy, honestly. That was like our first show, and it was just like very unexpectedly like crazy. Question from Virginia. How do you project so much joy? This is funny because I actually do deal with depression. And yet I seem like a very joyous person. How does that work? I smile a lot. I've learned to really love my smile in the past like year, and that's made a big difference for me, honestly. I think smiling projects joy, and you know, don't be ashamed of the things that you care about. One little piece of cookie dough, yummy. One question that I got twice was, what do you love the most about making music? I really like music for therapeutic purposes. It's a really personal experience for me, and in fact I have a lot of trouble like playing or writing music with others just for that reason of like, it feels like I'm kind of letting them a little bit too much into my psyche. So I am really limited in terms of who I will do that with. I've had a lot of people like ask me, oh, let's make music sometime, and I will kind of just straight up say like, I can't do that with other people. Like, we can do anything else except that. I think, you know, music is a really wonderful collaborative process. Like, I love playing music with my band, but I really only have so much energy to do it. I guess my favorite thing about music is just like playing it. It's fun. It's fun to play, and it sounds nice. I like that other people can listen to it and find something in it that maybe wasn't there for me, or they'll really get what I was saying. I really like that. My next question is, as a film major, what's your favorite movie? So I go through like phases of liking different movies. 3 movies that I really love are Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I think it's funny. Into the Spider-Verse, a really fantastic movie in so many ways. It's insane. I love that one so much. The soundtrack is fantastic. And then the one that I'm gonna have to say is like my favorite right now is the 2005 Pride and Prejudice. God, it is so beautiful. And I was like, Pride and Prejudice, why would I watch that? If you watch it, your life will change. It is gorgeous. It is romantic. I love it so much. My next question is, how did you find your hairstyle? So this is what my hair looks like. It's sort of shaggy. During my freshman year of college, I cut my hair short. The e-boy haircut didn't really exist at that point, but I pretty much just got like an e-boy haircut. And then we have evolved since then to basically do a similar thing, but a little bit more mullet-y. And I really like how it looks right now. I've got a lot of layers going on. I have super thick hair, so that's why it looks the way it does. I really like this haircut. It's very like gender for me, so. Next question is favorite German musician, TV show, or movie. Ich will über meine Lieblingsmusikerinnen sprechen. Also die zwei Personen, die ich am meisten gehört habe, sind Emilio und Namika. Die beiden machen Popmusik. Ich finde Emilio sehr schön. Er ist in einem Fernsehserie namens Warrior Nun und ich finde seine Stimme sehr, sehr gut. Also Emilio und Namika. Ich mag sie. Do you have any advice for songwriting? I really recommend if you're starting, just like learn a bunch of other songs, and you know, after you've learned so many songs, you're gonna like kind of internalize the tools for writing without even realizing it. And I tend to write super literal lyrics, so that's another part of like my specific songwriting, where I really just talk about what's right in front of me and the exact events as they went down, and I don't go into metaphor quite as much. So it's really just dependent on your own style, and don't try to put yourself in a box. I hope that this is completed by now. How do you keep up with your work ethic after so many years on YouTube? I don't know. I just am motivated to make videos. Sometimes I'm really not in the mood to film, but then I start filming and I feel a little better, and I'm excited about things when I make them and post them, and I'm excited to read your comments. I don't know, I've been like more motivated in the past month just because I've been getting a lot more comments, and it just feels way more worth it to me, like when there's sort of some community interaction. So that's one thing I really love about it. I think fixating on the things that I love really helps. I saw this quote on Twitter recently, which was, there are better ways to care for what you love than worrying about them. And I've been really internalizing that with YouTube and with music and with even my classes and the stuff I'm making for school. And that whole mindset has really changed how I think. Biggest set horror story you've experienced. So for people who don't know, I've worked on various short films over the course of the past couple of years as a sound recordist. And one horror story was the director getting drunk when we were not yet done with the shooting for that day. I honestly wasn't that bothered by it. Like, it was kind of funny, but it was like, I could tell the DP was a little pissed about that happening. Yeah, the AD kind of enabled it when the AD's job should not be to enable the director getting drunk before the shoot is over. That's for after the shoot is over for the day. So that was something that was not great. Will you marry me? I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm sorry. Why are you so cool? Thanks, Grayson. I play guitar. That's all you need. What are my goals for the future? I'm not sure if this is about like general or like YouTube or whatever. Definitely goal to keep making videos. In general, I just kind of like want to work on the things that I care about and really prioritize friends in my life. I kind of realized like we prioritize work. You know, we always talk about our dream jobs, and some people will say, I don't dream of labor. And I hear that. Oh my god, I forgot to set a timer. I don't know how long it's been. But I do want to go into work doing sound in some way. And I want to keep making music, and I want to keep making YouTube videos. I would love to like make music as a living. I see like Cave Town and Chloe Moriando, and it's like that's kind of what I want to do. And it's sort of like, I don't really want to say that out loud to anybody, but like that's sort of the dream for me. I'm always going to be making these like talking videos where you get to know me, because that's what I like about making YouTube videos, is I have a little personality. But I also post my music because that's something that's super, super important to me and feeds me. And you know, if anybody's gonna be hearing my music, it's you guys. So yeah. Not a question, but we have the same name. Ah! We have such a great name, don't we? Top 3 albums that have influenced you the most. So, Animal by Kesha, and Pure Heroin, and Stranger in the Alps. Also The Ride by Catfish and the Bottlemen, also AM. I don't know, those are just, I think it's really funny to hear sort of the influence of Kesha in my music because it exists. It exists. On a different note, I would say that movies have majorly influenced me musically, maybe not with the type of music I make, but just in terms of going into music in general. I remember watching Camp Rock and Lemonade Mouth so much as like a middle schooler, and I didn't know how to play guitar or anything yet, but then I learned, probably like partially because I so badly wanted that to be my life. And now it's just so funny to me that like guitar is just like a skill I have and I can do it, and I can play guitar, even though it seemed like such an unsurmountable like obstacle. Like it's just like, it seems very scary to learn and hard on the fingers, but now I'm like, oh, I can do this easily. Crazy how you learn skills and then you know how to do them. Another question is, how do you deal with internalized biphobia? So I'm not bi. To clarify, I did used to identify as bi in like high school. Now I just say I'm queer because I didn't like defining my own gender in relation to my sexuality, which is why I went by queer for a long time, because I was like a little closeted genderqueer person. So I just say I'm queer and genderqueer. But in terms of compulsive heterosexuality and, you know, not wanting to be with women and blah, 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 you really just have to face that head on. It's really hard and it takes a lot of work, and I'm definitely not past it. I definitely sort of end up going more towards men generally. And then also recently I've noticed more in terms of like gender stuff, that all of my relationships now are kind of gay. And so, you know, if I'm lying in bed with a man, like sometimes I'll like start thinking about it. And I'm like, oh, this is so gay. And that being said, oh my God, I need to take my cookies out. Oh, I feel like they might need more time. But basically I had this realization that no matter what I do, there's some gay aspect to it. And honestly, that has made me kind of embrace the relationships I've had with men a little bit more. That being said, I've been with like straight men, and I'm not gonna assign queerness to straight men because straight men are still into me, even though I'm not a woman. I don't know, it just becomes like a very complicated thing to think about. And sometimes it's best to not try to define everything in words and just let it exist and be. Oh, that was the biphobia. I was like, what question was I answering? Second check. I'm having a very productive week in terms of, I don't know, my life. I fixed my sleep schedule, which made a huge difference. It's crazy how that worked out. My skin cleared. Literally, my skin cleared. I got all my work done. I'm kind of ahead on my work. And now I'm making cookies for you. So I'm feeling pretty positive right now. I was in the middle of a terrible depressive episode last week, and now we're feeling better because I fixed my sleep schedule. Okay, those are definitely done. Ta-da! It's the thought that counts, but also if you have the materials to make cookies right now, you should definitely do that so that you can have a cookie, because I want you to have a cookie. I'm gonna eat one of these, but they're really hot right now, so I have to wait, which is sad and difficult. I don't want to wait. I posted this video called A Song About Being in Love with Your Bestie but in a Confusing Platonic Way. That song's going to be on streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Music starting on April 9th. So if you want to stream my song, you can totally do that. I'll leave the link in the description. It's sort of a sad boy song, but also a love song. Yeah, and if you haven't heard it already, go check it out. The cover looks like that. I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's very pretty. It's really interesting to see on the Olivia DeAndrea video how many people are like she actually helped me, and how many people are like, she did not help me. Like, she made this worse for me. There's definitely a divide of people. All of these comments are like that long. That's never happened before on my channel. That is so many people sharing like big parts of their stories. It's crazy to me. Oh, it's definitely way too hot. Beauty Guru. This half of a cookie is for you. I hope you enjoy it. Salt your cookies, people. I don't know how many times I have to say it. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I love you. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Hum, yum, yum. Eating your cookie. Rude but necessary. Hum.